ceiling at the line, has only one bucket tonight and 1 of 3 from the free throw line. I'll tell you what, I would love to see this Zach Witt play against a great defensive player, because I don't think that he is really playing his game yet. I mean, he's been a little flamboyant, but he seems to be the kind of kid that if he's challenged, he really knows how to suck it up.
Yep, he looks like he could really turn it up, yes.
There he is, nice feed. No wonder Logie is having such a great year. He's got a guard that can do things like that.
That's right, and you can look at it the other way. It's great for a guard to have somebody to give the ball to, too.
Yeah.
They're a great team. You got a good point guard, you got an excellent center, you got the wings who can shoot the ball. I mean, they're an excellent team.
Witt, he's got to cast it, and that'll do it. For 3 quarters, it has been all Morris. It'll take a near miracle for Randy Crackerwood's Eagle Valley Rebels to make a run at the undefeated Tigers. Stay with us. You're watching Minnesota basketball playoff action on WDAY.
From the warmth of the summer sunshine to the first white winter snow, from the browns and golds of autumn to the spring when the rivers flow, a friendly welcome's waiting when I stop and say hello. Pelican Rapids sure can make you feel at home. Welcome home. Pelican Rapids sure can make you feel at home.
It's A&T Supply's annual Peanut Days, March 12th through the 20th. Enjoy a handful of peanuts and throw the shells on the floor while you're checking out tremendous savings. Wayne Sump Pumps, your choice for $75.99. A 50-pound bag of Cargill solar cell crystals is $2.69 with iron out treatment at special savings. Assorted t-shirts are $8.99 and assorted caps $4.99. Excel Garden Seeds price for spring at 10 packs for $1. Many other in-store specials and lots of peanuts at Peanut Days at A&T Supply, March 12th through the 20th in Morehead, Jamestown, and Detroit Lakes.
You're as rooted to this piece of earth as the trees beside you. The land, it holds a farm family together. So when they said, Mom and Dad, would you help us get started? You found a way. You turned to people who understand what land means. And now the dream begins again. Norwest, our commitment is deep and strong.
At Vegan & Johnson Furniture in Holly, you'll find super savings in every department. Quality furniture to spruce up any room in your home. Buy now and save during their March anniversary sale at Vegan & Johnson Furniture, downtown Holly.
As we start the 4th quarter at the Carver Fieldhouse, Holmquist has been the highlight for Eagle Valley. He's got 18 of the team's 24 points, but everywhere else you look for Eagle Valley, numbers don't resemble that performance. And Witt on the turnover, it comes off to Dickinson. It's a 2-on-2. They got to shoot the rock, Denny.
Morris got back in a hurry, and he passed up a shot. He should have put it up.
And drawing the foul is Holmquist, and they're going to do as much as they can with Logie out of there.
Eagle Valley is only 8 of 31 in the game for 25%, while Morris is 19 for 33 for 57%. Pretty tough to stay in the game when you're shooting 25% against a good team like this.
Holmquist, 19 of the team's 25. Rebound comes off to Andy Tate. And Eagle Valley doing everything they can to pressure the ball. This is Witt. Nice ball handling, and Torgerson's not going to let this thing get too close. He's going to milk the clock a little bit, and he's got the guards who can do it. Klein's shot, it won't go. Here comes Eagle Valley. Hinsman, who's yet to score, finally hits a 2.
three, but his foot was on the line.
Quick possession for the Rebels. Witt, nice pass, and he draws the foul. That's going to be on Klein, his fourth.
I'll tell you, he's used to having somebody to pass to because he leaves his feet a lot. Usually a coach doesn't want a kid to leave his feet until he knows what he's going to do with it. But he gets by with it because he's got good people under there.
Dana Mock, this is Kip Kiso reinvented.
You notice one thing about Zach Witt, he seems to like to pass more than he shoots. I think 50% of the time when he drives the lane, he could put something up himself too.
Exactly.
What did Kragerud tell his team at the quarter break, Dana?
He said we got to get more movement on offense. We're going to start pressing. We're going to start strapping a little bit. And then we got to start hitting some threes. We're not out of this thing, he said, but things got to fall right for us.
Asking for a miracle. Let's see if his team delivers. Eagle Valley inside, Sealing on the base. And Sealing has come alive now. He's got 6 points on the night. That's half his average. We've got 6.5 minutes remaining. Still, the Rebels looking for a miracle as Andy Tate is fouled by Hinsman.
Morris is not sitting back. They're taking it to the hoop when they can. That time Tate made a nice move and dribbled behind his back and then took it in. He's an excellent sophomore, averaged 9.9 points a game for the year.
Andy Tate, 6:28 remaining in the ball game. Now a 21-point lead for the Morris Tigers. Hinsman against the man-to-man. Sealing, and Morris has continued its relentless approach on defense as Cliff Klein finally scores. It's his first bucket of the night. It's a three.
They're definitely showing they can shoot the ball.
Here comes Eagle Valley. Holmquist. Sealing for three. Yes.
They're warming up, Ed.
They are down by 16 with 5:49. Witt inside, Logie. Oh, nothing walking about that. Very close. They're going to call the foul. I thought he stepped it a little bit.
Yeah, that could be. I'll tell you, once you put the ball on the floor like that, you let the little guys catch up to you. And that's what he did. He put the ball on the floor there. They surrounded him.
Which is pretty characteristic of a young player.
Oh yes, very much so.
And that's going to be 5 on Cliff Klein. And that won't help. They're counting him right. He doesn't want to come out.
Good effort by that young man. A good effort tonight. I thought that Eagle Valley has played excellent defense. It's just that when you get in an open court deal here, Witt is real tough with the ball and he can dish to the big guys.
Andy Tate back to Zach Witt. Eagle Valley on a 6-0 run. They try to go to Logie, and doing a nice job of fronting him was Holmquist. Can't ask for much more.
No, that was real.
Holmquist. In fact, he plays a lot like the way Randy Kragerud did, Dana.
Randy Kragerud was one of the best pure shooters, I think, to come out of this area. He had a unique form where he kind of brought it from the belt line on down, but that kid could shoot like nobody's business.
Yeah, Dana, we used to call him, opposing coaches used to call him Wyatt Earp, right from the hip. But he can put them in, I'll tell you. If they would have had the three-pointers at that time, he would have had many, many, many points.
Well, right now his team is collecting fouls, and that's going to be 5 on Hinsman. And Randy Kragerud has got to go to the bench.
And Hinsman had a good ball game. Sure, the ball didn't fall, but boy, did he hustle.
John Heimerding comes in for Eagle Valley. They bring it up top to Klein. Still in a man-to-man Eagle Valley. throws, and he passes pretty well, too. Logie is having a field day, and he'll go to the line.
It shows how dominant Logie is, because Witt is throwing this ball from about 30 feet. That's a long pass, and Logie just steps right up and gets it. Look at this, is a long pass in here, Ed. But he fires a good pass in. It didn't show, but that ball went back out the point, and then Witt fired it in there.
Logie unofficially with 18 tonight at the 5-minute mark. Ceiling on the return. Still cold. Eagle Valley. Holmquist is the only guy who's been consistent from the field tonight.
He's played a great ball game.
Zach Witt.
We'll see if they go to Logie with it again.
He walks out of bounds if not pushed, but he won't get the call, leading 54-37.
Well, you play kind of loose, you know, when you're this far ahead. Logie has hit 80% of his shot tonight, Ed.
And Mark Torgerson knows his team is going to move on. 4:40 to go. It'll take a miracle. Stay with us. You're watching Minnesota Playoff Basketball on DAY.
When you're in a hurry, not much time, you don't want to hassle with the checkout line, then get yourself together and just stop and go. For the gas and the goodies, even the videos. Get a mug for the club and the coffee is free. And the rest is fast too, as you'll see.
If you grow sunflowers, watch carefully. Many companies offer regular oil-type hybrids. Some offer confection sunflower hybrids. A few even have special high oleic hybrids. But Pioneer offers you the whole egg. And Pioneer brand sunflowers are backed by years of research to deliver exciting yield potential. So plant Pioneer sunflowers and count on results. Ask about the sunflower hybrids right for you.
Now's the time to get a great deal on that boat you've been dreaming about all winter. This is Todd Simison inviting you to check out some of our great preseason specials on Mercury-powered Lund boats. Like the Lund 16-foot Explorer with Mercury 40 and all-roller trailer, just $72.95 water ready. So team up with the best. Lund Boats, Mercury Outboards, and Simison Marine.
Boating fun for everyone at Simison Marine.
North Dakota and the Information Highway after the game.
We're down to 4:40 remaining in our first game, and the Morris Tigers have done everything short of total domination tonight, and their big guy, Kevin Logie, has had a field day inside, Denny.
Oh, has he? He's shooting 80%, and he's able to get the ball.
This will belong to the Tigers.
The only time he's had a little trouble, it's only been a couple of times, he's put the ball down the floor. And of course, Eagle Valley does a good job of just converging on the ball.
Witt. Logie. Oh. Logie.
How do you stop that, Ed? He got the ball about, what would it be, 8 feet from the basket and just dipped his shoulder and just took it in. I mean, he's strong.
We've seen some big men come through this tournament in the past, but for a sophomore, I don't know if I've seen in 10 years a kid this well refined and with this kind of basketball sense this early in his career. Look at the shoulders on him, how he's kind of like got a Phil Jackson body.
Yes, he does.
He's got broad, wide shoulders. Somebody's going to get a hold of him and throw him on a weight program, and he's going to own somebody's conference.
I agree with everything you said there, Ed. And we could add great hands.
Yeah.
Great hands.
Great dexterity.
Another block shot by him.
And another dunk.
Whoa. He's got to look out he doesn't hurt himself. Well, the people have come here to watch some good basketball. seen a great one in Kevin Logie.
Well, look at the potential matchup. Morris will advance. What if Rothsay wins? And you got Big Ben Amundsen going against Logie. Staples may not have that kind of aircraft carrier, a very good shooting team, but the inside matchup has got great potential for Friday night.
It really does. It really does. There's no doubt about it. Ben Amundsen's got so much more weight than Logie. He's 6'6" and just a big, strong kid.
And Eagle Valley trying everything they can. Klein, Logie, 29 points. He knows it's tournament time.
He just hangs around the basket and waits for the pass.
Holmquist. He has come to play. You can't give him enough credit.
He doesn't say quit, does he?
Down to 240. Dana, you're an encyclopedia when it comes to stuff like this. Compare Logie to Bernie Salvi.
Well, I think at this point, being a sophomore, he may be the most highly recruited player, at least by his performance tonight, that we've had out of this tournament in a long, long time. You know, keep in mind that this Morris basketball team is still very young. It is still basically dominated by sophomores and juniors. We're going to see him a while, fellas.
You're right. We certainly are. I'll tell you, there's some fine players.
They've got a phenomenal combination here with Witt and Logie. And Witt is a left-handed player, too, and that is really a strange intangible on some kids at this level of basketball who don't see a lot of that.
That's right. And with his quickness and ball handling, he really makes for a lot of problems.
Well, Holmquist will not be playing on Friday night, but he's got his foot on the door for the all-tournament team with the performance he's had tonight. Holmquist has got 26 points. And going to the line now is going to be Schmidtgall. Morehead in the fourth. The Otters making a run at the Spuds. A 6-point differential. That game being played in Detroit Lakes. We'll have highlights for you on the late sports tonight. Well, Rich Glass, the UND basketball coach, is here tonight. And I can't ask him about Logie because it's against NCAA rules.
No, but you can see him smile.
Yeah. And I'm sure he'll draw a lot of attention. The main reason why Rich Glass is here is because he coached at Minnesota Morris in the old NIC. And
Exactly.
These kids were, I mean, they were little toddlers back when Rich was at Minnesota Morris, so he knows a lot of the families.
I happened to be coaching at Morehead State when he was at Morris, and Rich is an excellent coach.
And you whooped him all the time, didn't you?
Well, we usually got our reps, so we won it at the buzzer. No, how many kids do you see in this town that play college ball that go in there and jam the ball like he's doing tonight?
You know, that's a very profound point. I mean, he is a rare commodity. Boots hits the free throws, and we are down to the 2-minute mark. Randy Kragerud's team. Ceiling doesn't get it. It comes off again to Schmidtgall, and I think he can dunk.
He's only a sophomore also, Ed. What a player.
You know, when the Morris Tigers were here a few years ago and we went into Mark Torgerson's huddle, our sports team came away saying, hey, that guy can coach, you know? Here we go again, and we may have a foul on Holmquist.
No doubt he can, but I wonder who coached them when they were little kids. No, coach is doing an excellent job. And you get all this talent, and it's not that easy just to throw them out on the court. You got to keep them all happy, too. And there's a lot of things in coaching. And Torgerson is doing an excellent job. He has ever since he's been there.
Dahlin This will go back to Eagle Valley, and another substitution. Eric Rolfs checks in as Nick Holmquist sits down, and what a tremendous game he had here tonight for the Rebels. And the turnover comes off to Andy Tate. Holmquist unofficially with 26 on the night. Andy Tate down to a minute 10 as the Morris Tigers. This is Dahlin. It comes off to Eagle Valley. This is Dickinson, and he wants a timeout. 1 minute remaining, 67-42. The Tigers will go to 26-0. Staples and Rothsay in the wings, and we'll be back.
Every community has a dream, a hope that tomorrow will be better than today. But dreams don't just happen. They're built by people who care, people committed to their communities. Across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, you'll find the people of your Community Norwest Bank at work beside you. Because we believe that building our community is the most important work we do. Come to expect the best.
Quality, custom buildings, and satisfied customers. That's what Foltz Buildings are all about.
And we're real pleased with our building. We're pretty proud of it.
I'm very comfortable with the price of the building, the finished product, and it indeed was, money well spent.
Whether your need is commercial, insulated shop, machine storage, or garage and RV storage, a Foltz building is best. Completely erected with warranty. Look at the models open 7 days a week at Foltz Buildings, Highway 10 West, Detroit Lakes.
Ed Schultz with Denny Anderson and Dana Mock. Let's go to Dana Mock as we've got 1 minute remaining in this one.
Randy Krager, who told his ball players in the second half, just play hard and try and make some good things happen. Don't look at the scoreboard. And I think his ball club has done that. They have never given up, even though they've trailed by more than 20.
And he's done a nice job of keeping his team mentally in this one, but they have been outgunned tonight. Sometimes it just doesn't fall. They got off to a bad start, never shot well throughout.
And they weren't taking bad shots. They shot 25%. They weren't taking bad shots. And obviously, you can say, well, they took a lot of threes, but they've shot 38% for threes for the year, and that's excellent shooting. No, he doesn't have to be ashamed at all, and neither do the kids. They played hard, and they got to the big time here, and that's the main thing, and they played hard as they did it.
Well, Eagle Valley, they will know why they came up on the short end of things. They've hit only 5 of 27 from three-point land tonight. And those kind of numbers will hurt you every time, and they go inside, and they continue to get things to fall for them. Morris, Lance, Stoke gets the bucket, and he'll go to the line. First trip to the big lights since 1977. And Randy Kragerud, who is the young coach and obviously had some early success, his team will be able to walk away from this one saying that they lost to an excellent ball club, and that you got to be pretty good to get here. But when you get here, you got to take the level of play up. And I think that's something Mark Torgrimson's team found out a year ago. It's over. Morris dominates Eagle Valley. The Tigers go to 26-0. Our final score, Morris 69, Eagle Valley 42. Our first semifinal game tonight is young Kevin Logie, 29 points on the night. A beautiful looking prospect in every sense of the word, and a kid that has got potential written all over him. Let's go to Dana Mock.
Mark Torgerson, congratulations. Somehow I get the feeling you guys think you can play better at times, or at least more intense throughout the game.
Yeah, we still have some play time out there too. I don't know about these guys, but I think that's why we're 26-0 right now because they have fun playing the game, but they play it hard. Kevin really had a nice second half. I think they were forced to go man a little, and then we got some loose balls, so give Kevin a lot of credit. And Zach really ran the show well. Our defense was good. I know they didn't shoot well. I like to think our defense had something to do with it, but we know we got a tough battle on Friday night, so fourth time up here for me. I'm glad it's the first win, so our kids deserve the credit, and we're going to go back to work now and play the winner of this game.
How can you not look ahead and maybe hope for a Staples rematch? Because I know it kind of bothered these kids last year with their performance against the Cardinals.
Yeah, if it is Staples, that's going to be great. I mean, our kids are going to be ready to play, and Lynn does a fantastic job. Rothsay is going to give them a good game here. I think they're a nice team too, and you know, got to give Eagle Valley a lot of credit. They upset some teams in their subsection, and they just didn't have good shooting touch tonight, but they played a good game. I know what it feels like from that side. So,
Mark, congratulations. Yeah. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you very much.
Joining us now is Zach Wood. Congratulations, Zach. You guys think you could take them apart like that?
What?
You think you could take them apart that easily?
Didn't think we would?
Yeah, Eagle Valley.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think they were supposed to even come out of their subsection, and I don't know, I think they upset a couple teams, so I don't know. We wanted Waska, but it didn't happen.
How much better was this year than last year in your preparation for this tournament? Because I know you're a little nervous last
year. We were a lot more nervous, and this year we came out, we weren't that nervous at all, and we were ready to go. We had a game up here earlier this season. We got the practice Saturday, and so we were ready to go up here on this court.
All you got to do is drive the lane and look for that guy, Mr. Logie, don't you?
Yeah, that's about all, yeah.
Zach, what about this second game? You guys want a shot at Staples?
We want Staples. After that game we lost last year, we said next year in the region finals, we knew we were going to play them. So we want them to win.
Have luck on Friday, Zach. Nice game today. Mr. Logie, congratulations. Did you think you could have that big a game against Eagle Valley?
Well, I didn't expect anything like that. I just wanted to go out and have the best game I could, you know, play as best of my ability.
At halftime, could you feel like there was a letdown because you had such a big lead or not?
No, we knew we hadn't played. We wanted to come out strong the second half because we hadn't played a good game 4 quarters all season long. We wanted to come out strong and put them away as best we could.
Ever have that many dunks in one game before?
No, that's my any game before I had most dunks I had was 2. Tonight was the most I've ever had.
Is that a stat now with the Tigers? How many dunks you get in a game?
Boy, I don't know. I'd like it to be, but
it is now. What about Staples and Rothsay?
Well, I'm thinking on, you know, I haven't seen Rothsay play all season, but I know Staples, we scrimmaged them earlier in the season. They're tough. I think I'm betting on Staples, but I don't know.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Betting's illegal, by the way.
So Mark Torgerson's team goes to 26-0 with a dominant 69-42 win, and I guarantee you we'll save the tape on Mr. Logie. Only a sophomore, potential written all over him, and he's got 28 points tonight as the Morris Tigers advance to the Section 6A championship game on Friday night. Will it be the Rothsay Tigers or the Staples Cardinals? Stay tuned, more basketball coming your way. Morris has advanced. Our second game coming up. Ed Schultz along with Denny Anderson, Dana Mock, and our entire crew from WDAY. Our 10th year of Minnesota primetime basketball coverage, live from the Carver Fieldhouse. And we'll be back.
Print journalism, it's just more than a score. You pick up a paper and there's information everywhere. You have scores, you have box scores, you have game capsules, you have game coverage, you have features, and that's the advantage of a newspaper. You can use a lot more. You know, the color press, that doesn't correct your spelling errors, and that doesn't do your stories for you, that doesn't interview people for you. And the reporting is always going to stay the same. It's always a one-to-one contact. Yeah, we cover sports like no one else can.
So we're driving around in my brand new Escort Sport, and she starts complaining about how I don't spoil her enough. And I say, spoil her? Now you're talking. Because not only did my Escort Sport come with a spoiler, but I also got some alloy wheels, a tack, and an airbag at no extra charge. Then she starts saying something about commitment, and I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. My Ford dealer is committed to my satisfaction. Then she looks at me and says, maybe we should just be friends. And I say, okay, okay, okay. You can drive. The Escort Sport. Check it out, your Ford dealer.
Marv and Stacy, weeknights on News Center 6. Your #1 choice for local and regional news. Marv Bossert, keeping you informed for more than 30 years. Stacy Scheibel, reporting the stories that matter most to you. The most watched, respected, trusted news team. Twice each weeknight, turn to the Valley's best newscast. Only on your news leader, News Center 6.
They're calling it the sexiest show on television.
I love to wear sexy nighties.
And on the next Entertainment Tonight, we'll take you behind the scenes of this uncensored sex talk show.
We're excited and turned on by it.
And you'll see why they're calling it real personal. And from taxi driver to culinary expert, a pregnant Mary Lou Henner shows how to whip up a healthy, low-fat meal that's out of this world. Get your recipe for health on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Wednesday night at 6:30 on WDAY.
And you put the olive.
And the Morris Tigers have advanced. Staples and Rothsay warm up, getting ready for our second game tonight. Ed Schultz along with Denny Anderson and Dana Mock, and at courtside with me, Rich Glass, the head basketball coach at the University of North Dakota. Good to see you, Rich.
Good to be here.
Now, a little history here. When I was over at Morehead State throwing spirals, this guy next to me was roaming the sidelines in Morris, Minnesota for the Cougars.
That's right.
And your coaching career has taken you to Grand Forks, as everybody in our viewing audience knows, but you know a lot of these kids from Morris, Minnesota, they had to be this high when you were coaching.
A lot of little kids, you know, it's kind of neat to come back here and see the Schmigdals, the Tates, and the Logies, and
got to know moms and dads.
It makes me feel old. A lot of them over in the stands when we came in. They were over visiting, so it was kind of fun to see all the folks again.
So kind of a homecoming for you.
Yep.
Rich, you had a nice finish with your team
sure did.
Facing the adversity that you had. I would go so far as to say that tournament in Fargo, the NCC postseason, had to be somewhat of a highlight for you as a coach, seeing your team rally the way they did and finish strong.
It really was. I think if you judge success by teams reaching their potential and playing to that level, then we certainly were a very successful basketball team. We kept improving, getting better as the season went along. And when it came to that tournament, we went in and got the job done and made it to the NCAA tournament for a 5th straight year and won 2 out of 3 games there. So our guys, I'm very proud of them. Again, if you count success by reaching potential, our guys did it. And unfortunately, a lot of teams and a lot of people don't reach their potential in this society. And so it was a very rewarding year. I had a great time.
You got to be excited that Travis Tuttle has recovered and he'll be back. Understand he's already hitting threes for you.
Well, he's hitting some threes, but he's not running very quickly at this point. They've only got him jogging. He's not going full speed. He hasn't been able to do any scrimmaging at all. And we're holding our breath. He's a young man that would be a shame if he can't come back healthy, because he's a great talent, but he puts so much effort into the game. He works hard.
Rich, are you glad that the NCC postseason tournament's now history?
Well, we kind of had some charm there.
Yeah, you did. You won it 3 straight times.
We won 13 games and lost 2 during that stretch. I think I was a little crazy maybe getting rid of that tournament. But the reality of it is, I think that you go through the 18 games of the schedule, those are the teams that really deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. And now with it expanding as it did to 6 teams in the region and turning around and having to play Tuesday, that's a difficult thing to do. And I thought it was tough for our guys. I thought coming back Tuesday, particularly that first half, we were a flat basketball team.
How are the Coyotes going to do in the Elite 8?
Well, they're going to have to shoot it very well. Yeah, they're going to have to shoot the ball very well because if they don't, they're going to have a hard time competing, because Jones will then affect them with his loss, because defensively they're not as strong inside. And I know Southern Indiana's got a player inside that can go to the rack pretty well and score, and that's a problem for them. I know Sand had a big night against them. Chris Gardner was rolling along well until he picked up a couple fouls, and then when he came back and he was rolling. But we just had that one stretch where we went 8 possessions without scoring and lights out.
Rich, good luck to you. Thanks for joining us at courtside. I have to tell our viewers and listeners, I'm not an in-depth interviewer. I can't ask you about any of these high school players.
That's right.
It's against NCAA rules.
Yeah,
but
we can't be talking recruiting.
No, you're here as a fan and a guy who knows the Morris program well from years back coaching with the Cougars. Thanks for joining us and best of luck to you.
Thank you for having me.
This was the story in Game 1. Kevin Logie getting the job done at both ends of the floor and throwing in 28 points. Tigers go to 26-0. And if he wasn't before, he is now a big prospect. Kevin Logie and the Tigers move on, warming up. The Cardinals and the Tigers from Rothsay. And we'll be back.
I think it's quite an accomplishment to be known as the sports leader, but it didn't just come by chance. The people that I've worked with over the last 10-some years now here at WDAY are the reason that WDAY Sports became #1. We've covered, city championships, state championships, national championships, World Series, Super Bowls, you name it, we've covered it. And I think our goal now is to continue to top what we already have done.
On 911,
Andre, sit still.
go behind the scenes at the Memphis Trauma Center that got its name from the king of rock and roll.
I was pretty nervous that he was not going to wake up.
Then, a weekend excursion along the Potomac turns to tragedy.
My main concern was that getting to a drowning victim in that river is mostly impossible.
Real drama, real heroes on the next Rescue 911.
Wednesday afternoon at 5 on WDAY.
On the next Ricky Lake.
I love her. That's all I can say. I still care for her and everything,
When one guy's a two-timer, he got to be there for me all the time.
I tell him every day, it's either me or her.
When was the last time you slept with Lorenzo?
The day before yesterday.
But with two sisters? But why did you sleep with her?
Some parts of the body have no conscience.
On the next Ricky Lake.
Wednesday afternoon at 4 on WDAY.
Back in between games, up next, Staples and Rothsay. Joining us live now, Lynn Peterson, the head coach of Rothsay. Who are you pulling for, Peterson or Peterson? We got one on each side.
Well, we got two counting me, so I'm going to go with the numbers.
2 against 1. What do you know about Rothsay? What do you think about that ball?
Well, they're very talented. There's no doubt about it. I've seen them play a couple times before the tournament here, and of course, Amundsen inside. They got good size, and they're physical. I mean, they're well-built kids. They got kids that can shoot the ball from the outside, and they got penetrators. I mean, they're pretty good. They're pretty solid all-around basketball team, and for a school that size, they got depth.
Scrappy, aren't they?
They sure are. They won't quit, and they keep coming at you.
You got to have home court advantage here. Being here so many times, your kids must feel comfortable with this surrounding.
Well, I would be surprised. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how well we'll play or won't play, but I don't think our kids are going to be in awe coming here. I think that's kind of what we've been waiting for, because we didn't play particularly well in our subsection. We played well enough to get here, and that's good enough at this point.
Amundsen, if you preoccupy him early enough, it seems like you can kind of take him out of the ball game. Is that the scouting report on Ben?
Well, we want to try and preoccupy him for about 32 minutes, and then I think that's the scouting report. But, well, yeah, obviously we don't want to let him get started, and yet on the other end, when we're on offense, we got to go at him too. You can't be intimidated because somebody 6'6" is standing in there.
You want to have momentum coming into this tournament. You feel like the Cardinals have that?
Well, again, kind of contradictory what I said. We didn't play real well in the subsection, but I think sometimes, last year we had to really battle to get out of the subsection. This year there's some good basketball teams in our subsection, but I think our talent was superior, and that's probably what carried us. And I think this is what they've been waiting for. So, yeah, I think we got some momentum.
Describe the Cardinal attack for us. You got Peterson and Yeager on the outside with some fantastic numbers. Are you a perimeter team? Can you dump it inside, or are you both?
Well, we like to take what a team gives us. Blaine and Trevor are averaging about 17 a game each, but Paul Gordon inside is averaging 14 as well. So we think we got some balance there, inside, outside. Cy Bethson, our other guard, is averaging 10, and Eric Kelly is averaging 8, but I think that he's a kid that could average more, but he's a freshman, so he just doesn't take as many shots. He's shooting the best percentage of anybody, but he won't shoot the ball. That's the older guy to do the shooting.
We're going to see a Peterson-Peterson matchup on the floor?
I think it depends on who's on the floor. We won't see one from our perspective to start with. Now, as the game progresses, it depends on who they have in the ball game, but if it comes along, I guess. He's going to go and play the game.
Good luck today.
All right, thanks, Dana.
Lynn Peterson, head coach of the Cardinals, and we'll be back with Randy Balkin as our in-between game coverage continues.
Your world. Your country. It matters. Peter Jennings. America's most watched anchor. Your state. Your town. It matters. Marv and Stacy, the Valley's #1 news team. News matters, and it matters where you get your news. ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings at 5:30 and News Center 6 weeknights at 6. It matters.
Tonight, the show that continues to break new ground does it again.
I'm going to reach out to him.
NYPD Blue, the first program to be honored with both the People's Choice Award for Favorite New Dramatic Series and crowned as the season's favorite dramatic series overall.
Kid's making into an okay cop.
Don't get many bad habits.
The people have spoken.
Do you think you can find it in your heart to cut him a break?
NYPD Blue, viewer discretion is advised.
Coming up tonight on WDAY.
Game 1 is in the books. The Morris area Tigers defeating Eagle Valley by a score of 69-42. Game 2 set to start in about 8 minutes. It features Rothsay, probably the Cinderella story in this tournament. You feel that way, Coach?
Not really. I think that we came a long ways, you know, for being a ball club that nobody gave a chance, I guess, earlier in the season. But we're here to play basketball tonight. I hope we do well.
Bottom line, you're playing your best basketball when you should be playing your best basketball.
I think we are. We made a couple changes in the latter part of the season in our starting lineup, and we've really done well since making those changes.
Bottom line for Rothsay, you got to get Ben Amundsen involved early.
I believe so, and I think we also got to slow the game down. We can't run and gun with these guys. I told the kids earlier that get in a half-court offensive game and give Ben the ball, and hopefully we get some fouls on them and stop them from running.
This is almost like a home game for Staples. They've been here so many times, 13 now over the past 15 years. How do you counteract that? Because it has been a while since you guys have been here.
Well, we were here 3 times in the last 2 weeks. I feel real good about that. I don't think that these kids remember the 13 years that Staples have been here, and they remember tonight, and that's what we're here for.
Where do you begin with Staples offensively? They've got some kids with some good numbers.
Right. I think the 2 keys tonight is we have to stop Trevor Peterson from hitting the threes and beat Mr. Blaine Yeager. I think they're the real keys to their ball club.
Can you get them?
I sure hope so. We're going to give her all we got.
Randy, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Randy Balkin, head coach of Rothsay. Back with more after this.
Finding out what people want here in the Red River Valley is not very difficult, because all you have to do is go to the games and you can see the crowds and you understand that people love their sports. It's a very big part of this community, and the people here enjoy not only to participate in sports but to follow their local sports team, and we're kind of a vehicle to help them share in the moment.
North Dakota and the Information Highway after the game.
Away from the start of our second game between the Staples Cardinals and the Rothsay Tigers. We'll break this game down even more when we return to the Cobber Fieldhouse after this.
Minnesota Basketball Section 6A semifinal is brought to you by Norwest Banks, Rothsay Merchants, Nelson Ford Mazda, The Bridal Shop and Bridal Shop 2, Upper Midwest Chrysler Plymouth Dealers, Pelican Rapids Chamber of Commerce, Pioneer Seeds, Volts Buildings, Vegan and Johnson Furniture Hawley, Farnham's Napa Auto Parts, Clay Becker Implement Hawley, The Forum, A&T Supply, Nearson's in Detroit Lakes, Telpage Extended Area Paging, State Bank of Hawley, Simison Marine, High 10 Sports Center Hawley, Stop and Go, and Northland Ford Dealers.
Take a look at Rothsay, located on I-94, just 35 minutes from the Fargo-Morehead area and 20 minutes from Fergus Falls. Explore innovative and adaptive school system. Whether it's the two-way interactive communications class, the Tiger Mart, the only student-owned and operated grocery store in the nation, or the Storefront, the only student-operated lumberyard hardware store in Minnesota. Rothsay is a great place to live, work, and raise your family. Rothsay is a great place to call home.
Solid and dependable. Those two words describe Ford trucks and Nelson Ford in Fergus Falls. Hi, I'm Laurel Nelson, and we're here to give you the best selection and the best deals in the area on Ford trucks. Like 94 F-150 XLT 4x4s starting as low as $16,990, or 94 Super Cab 4x4s fully loaded as low as $19,990. Become one of the many satisfied Nelson Ford customers with service, selection, and the best deals in the area. Nelson Ford Mazda in Fergus Falls, your best buy dealer always.
Well, Chuck Gulsvik's team goes to 22-2. They advance as the North Subsection 8AA champions with an 85-68 win over Fergus Falls tonight in Detroit Lakes. The Spuds will advance to a Saturday game in St. Cloud at Hallenbeck Hall at St. Cloud State, and they will get the winner of Little Falls and Elk River. Ooh, Elk River and Morehead. Could they do it in basketball too? Would that be something else? Here at the Cobber Fieldhouse, we've got Staples and Rothsay with their final thoughts in the locker room and some of our thoughts we can pass along with the numbers. Both teams shooting pretty good on the season. From three-point land, Staples is more of a baseline to baseline team, Denny. They don't, not going to beat you with the three very often. I mean, Lynn Peterson's team, they don't miss very many opportunities of getting the ball down the floor.
No, that's for sure. They're going to run the ball down the floor, but they do shoot more threes this year than they have for quite a while, I think, because they do not have the big kid inside. They lost their 6'6" kid from last year, and they're not quite as big inside.
All right, anything to this, Rothsay, this is as far as they've ever been. Staples, 13 out of the last 15 years out of their district or subsection, they've showed up at the Cobber Fieldhouse. 6 since 1981. And the numbers just tell the story. Lynn Peterson has got over 300 wins. What's that tell Rothsay coming into tonight's game?
Lynn Peterson has done an outstanding job, there's no doubt, and Rothsay knows they're going against a perennial champ. But I would say this, usually when Staples takes the floor, they got a center that's a dominating center.
They don't have that.
We go back to Salty, we go back to Nelson, we go back, you can keep going back to Warhol and those boys, and they always had the big people.
Here's how they got here. Rothsay over Hewlin Hitterdal in our coverage last week, a close 5-point game, and Staples did the job on Ferndale, 72-55. You know, you mentioned the kinds of players that Lynn Peterson has had over the years, and there's a host of them. The Beachy brothers, Walthall, Salby, Nelson. Who do you like on this team?
Well, Jager is a great basketball player. Lynn's boy is a great basketball player. The Gordon kid has just played for years for him. He can do a lot of things. I'm sure Lynn wishes he was about 4 inches taller, but he has to play the big man role. They got a freshman kid by the name of Kelly that can drill them from outside. So they're an outside shooting team basically. But they're going to run the floor, and they're going to have fun playing the game.
Cardinals at 21-4, the Tigers at 19-6. Let's go to the PA announcer, Sean Lockwood, for the starting lineup.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Concordia Memorial Fieldhouse and Auditorium, and to the Section 6A semifinal. Tonight's game features the Subsection 3A champions, the Rothsay Tigers, and the Subsection 4A champions, Staples Cardinals. coached by Lynn Peterson. And now for the Rothsay Tigers. Starting at forward, a 6'6" senior, number 42, Ben Amundsen. Starting at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 20, Darren Carlsrud. Starting at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 24, Trevor Moe. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 30, Lee Peterson. And starting at center, a 6'5" freshman, number 52, Kelly Nelson. The Tigers are coached by Randy Balkin.
Well, I think it goes without saying, as the signs are up in the Carver Fieldhouse, supporting the two big guys inside for the Tigers. Big Ben and young Matt, they've got to show up against this team, the Cardinals, because Staples is such a hot shooting team and a quick team.
Interesting move, Ed. Lynn Balkin is starting the freshman Nelson instead of Ben Amundsen.
Maybe he wants that power front line to go to work on the smaller Staples Cardinals.
Somebody said he's superstitious. They haven't been beaten since the freshman has started.
Look out. Don't you love that stuff as a coach?
Oh, sure.
Anything that works. It comes off to the Tigers. Carlsrud, who won the ball game the other night for Rothsay, will open up against a man-to-man. This is Moan. Up top to the young kid, the freshman, Nelson. And Lee Peterson back to Carlsrud. This will be a heck of a matchup, these two kids. Peterson against Carlsrud tonight. Moan. Ben is yet to touch it. Oh! For three, Amundsen, in and out. But this gives Rothsay a very interesting dimension in that Matt Amundsen off the bench looks awfully good.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. They've got a good sized front line, and that's going to be the question here. Staples shoots the ball so well, 50% from the field for the season.
Peterson scores the first bucket, and they'll open up with zone pressure, something that Rothsay had a little bit of problem with the other night, and there's your first turnover.
Now, they got to get the ball to the right people. That time, Lee Peterson got it a little too late. He just couldn't take it across.
Yeager will put it in play. He just came to us here at courtside in front of the broadcast table and looked at me and said, "We're back, baby, we're back."
Well, I don't know if you call that confidence or what you call it. Nice steal.
Well, whatever it is, he's having fun. Yeah. This is Peterson. And Yeager picks up the first foul.
Peterson took it to the hole. It's a great steal right there. He goes all the way, and he's going to take it right at him and take it to the hole. In other words, look out, sir. I'm not backing off. Great move by Peterson.
Lee Peterson at the line. And his first free throw.
Of course, the nephew of Lynn Peterson, the coach of Staples.
You know, you look at these two teams on the court right now, Denny. Rothsay has got the muscle to stay in this thing if they can take care of the ball.
You're exactly right, Ed.
Kelly up top to Beslin. Peterson again, and Amundsen makes him adjust his shot. And the possession is going to come to the Cardinals.
I like the big freshman go after the ball like he did.
Eric Kelly will put it in play for the Cardinals. second.
He has got a man's duty tonight to try and take care of Ben Amundsen. You realize, Ed, we got 2 freshmen on the floor?
Isn't that something?
Yes. Kelly Nelson, 6'5", freshman for Rothsay. And the young Kelly boy.
Trevor Peterson with the steal. Nice ball handling, but can't convert. Yeager does. Yeager, 2 fouls and his first 2 of the night. Lee Peterson now for Rothsay. Challenging the big guys and rejected right away by Paul Gorton.
You gotta like the little guy going in there. He's not backing off from anyone. Takes it right in there, and 2 things can happen. Yeah, you can get your shot blocked, but you might get fouled.
Service in the game. Logged a lot of time the other night in the subsection tournament. Handles the ball pretty well. Peterson up top to Moan. Amundsen is on the bench right now. Check that, that's Amundsen. And he can't make it fall.
Oh, did Ben show us something there? That ball was beat around before he could get his hands on it. Now watch how quick he takes that ball to the hole. That's a good move. It just rolls off.
Cardinals lead it 4-1. Amundsen, who had a great championship game the other night. Now, if there is one downfall, and that is the Tigers are not a great free throw shooting team. And
no, they certainly aren't. That really hurts them. Although, in that final the other night, when they had to,
they were on fire. Yep, you're right. They were on fire. Eric Kelly, Gorton. Ooh, and Amundsen's going to draw the block. That'll be the first team foul on Rothsay, and 3 on the Cardinals. And now here comes Matt Amundsen off the bench, and Kelly Nelson will sit down. Trevor Peterson. Oh, beautiful pass to Yeager. Talk about seeing the floor.
Those 2 guys have played with each other so long that.
For 3, Kelly won't go. Gorton, Yeager on the putback, and we got a foul. And Amundsen picks up another one within 30 seconds of the last one.
Yeager is an excellent offensive rebounder. There he was. When the shot went up, it was missed. He had it.
Watch this pass by Trevor Peterson.
Great pass. Great passing leads to good shooting.
And that's something you just can't scout.
That's right.
And you mentioned that Yeager has just been here so many times. He's played so much ball.
And he's only a junior.
And he looks a lot stronger than a year ago.
Yes,
he's all of a sudden
bigger and stronger,
6
no doubt.
points right away. And Rothsay trying to get something going. Gorton up to Peterson. This should be an easy 2. It is. And the Staples Cardinals off to their usual torrid pace. Up by 8. Look at little Peterson. Lee Peterson. The Cracker Jack guard out of Rothsay, Minnesota. You find him dime in a box. He'll give you all he's got. Couldn't get it to drop. And Yeager makes the play on service, and the Cardinals will keep it. We're on the 4-minute mark, and Staples leads it, and we'll be back.
Across the Great Plains, one bank works side by side with more family farmers and ranchers than any other. It's the bank providing the most financial services for agriculture in the region. Across the Great Plains, it's the bank delivering a new world of financial services to a new generation of American agriculture. Come to expect the best. Norwest. Our commitment is deep and strong.
Prom.
Prom.
You'll find an incredible prom dress and the perfect tux to match at the Bridal Shop 2 Formal Wear, your 1994 prom headquarters. Choose from over 500 prom dresses in all sizes and styles, as seen in your prom and 17. And don't forget their exclusive prom registry. Choose that perfect prom dress and tux to match from the largest selection in the area. The only place to shop for prom dresses and tuxedos. The Bridal Shop 2 Formal Wear, downtown Fargo.
These Chrysler Plymouth people have just gone too far. Chrysler minivans are already #1 in sales, and still, Chrysler Plymouth makes improvements, exceeding 1998 safety standards now. Then this, up to $2,600 in cash back and option savings. Right, up to $2,600 on Plymouth Voyager, Grand Voyager, and Chrysler Town & Country. Up to $2,600 in savings. Madness at the minivan store. At your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Staples at 21-4. 3 of those losses, Denny, to AA schools. Wheaton, the only Class A school to get Staples, and that was back over the holiday season.
They play a tough schedule. They play tough basketball. Notice Rothsay's only taken 2 shots in this game. They made 1.
Well, this pressure defense has forced Rothsay into 4 turnovers. Balkan, Karlsrud, and Karlsrud hits his first bucket of the night. It's the pressure defense that's given Rothsay a tough time. This is Yeager now. Near side to Eric Kelly. It'll stay with the Cardinals. You can see that this Staples team, and I say this with respect, they're just a bunch of gym rats.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They can play the game.
Amundsen clears off the missed shot by Yeager.
Excuse me, Ed, but they're very quick. They pass the ball well and they shoot the ball well with their quickness.
Amundsen, nice feed to Karlsrud, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2, and look out, Yeager. That's his 3rd personal, and we've got 3:16 remaining in the first quarter. Lynn Peterson does not like the call, and he doesn't like the fact that one of his most experienced players has got 3 fouls.
Look at the great pass, give and go. Oldest play in basketball, super play.
Well, they've got to go to the bench, and Chris Heyer comes in now for the Cardinals. As do you sit Yeager to halftime? Wow, what a tough decision. As Karlsrud makes the free throw, and if Rothsay makes a run at him and stays with him throughout, that's a tough call for Lynn Peterson.
They'll probably bring him back in then if they take a run at him.
Karlsrud keeping Rothsay within striking distance. 3:15 remaining first quarter. Peterson, we've seen him in this tournament before as there are Rothsay's on a 6-2 run. Look at this kid go to work. Gorton to Peterson. Man-to-man defense for the Tigers. Peterson didn't get the shot he wanted. Big Ben Amundsen clears it away to little Lee Peterson. Balkan up top, Karlsrud. Oh, and Ben couldn't get the meat hook on that one.
That was a tough pass. A little bit off. Good idea, though.
It looks like they're going to try to keep a fresh guard. And Gorton with a nice move and a 3-point play opportunity. And that is going to be his 2nd personal foul.
There goes Gorton around him. I'll tell you what.
It looked like Ben let him have the move.
Yeah, you let him have the ball to start with, and you let him have the ball in there, you're in trouble.
How do you coach stealing that baseline, not giving it up?
Oh, that's tough. You can talk, and you can do all kinds of things. And make them run, make them do push-ups and everything else. But kids just do not realize where that thing is.
Amundsen gets his own in traffic.
Oh.
They need more of that. That's his first bucket and 3 points at the 2-minute mark, and it's a 5-point game.
I wonder if they gave him the assist, too. He threw himself a pass off the board. Great play by Ben Amundsen.
Got to be a signal to the Tigers of what they can do inside tonight. Peterson against Balkan. Peterson, and he stepped out of bounds. So Rothsay on an 8-2 run here. 5 turnovers. Balkan with the ball. Up top, Lee Peterson. Karlsrud into Matt Amundsen. His brother Ben, too strong. Ben's going to do her again. He's going to get a 3-point play opportunity.
This was the big question coming in, Ed. Can Ben Amundsen do enough around the basket to offset Staples' pressure game and all their outside shooting? And he's doing the job right now.
And Amundsen on the 3-point possession has got Rothsay on the door.
I think Ben likes his big crowd. He looks like he's playing up for it.
He has the same look on his face throughout the game, doesn't he? Peterson. Gorton, oh, they throw it away. Balkan off to Karlsrud. They can take the lead with a 3, which would be their first lead of the game. Karlsrud, Balkan. Now they're trying to front Ben Amundsen with Heyer. Lee Peterson. Gorton, he's trying to play him every way he can. Very patient, down to 40 seconds. Lee Peterson left alone for 3. Look at that. Rothsay on a 12-3 run. Their first lead of the game.
Beautiful ball handling and beautiful passing, Ed. Got it back on the weak side where they could hit the 3.
What's this offense they're running, Danny?
Staples going to go there 1-2-2. They're gonna shoot out, take the time off. They're gonna go for 1 here.
And a foul on Ben Amundsen. That's his 3rd. So 2 of the premier players, 1 from each team, will go to the bench with 3 fouls. Blaine Yeager for the Cardinals, and now Ben Amundsen for Rothsay. And whether Randy Balkan likes it or not, he's really going to play that young freshman now, Kelly Nelson.
Sure is. That's not what a big guy wants to do, go out way out on the floor and get a foul.
Nelson doesn't get it, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. A more than respectable showing by the Rothsay Tigers. They lead it on a 12-3 run to finish the quarter